Hello, friends. Lots of students ask me the question that what to do in the middle game. So the one of the thing which we have to do in the middle game is try to do the checkmate. So today we are going to see some puzzles. In that we have to try to threaten checkmate. In that the checkmate is not going to happen, but in when you try to do the checkmate, your opponent will give some material. So in this case, it's a white to play. You have to figure out what the white will do to try to do the checkmate. So in this condition, we can figure out, yeah, he has a dark square weaknesses. So we can use that weaknesses with the queen and the pawn. So we need a defense here. So we are going to simply play the pawn f6 and try to do the checkmate on the g7. And when you play the pawn to f6, here's only one way to defend it is by taking your pawn with the queen like this. He did that you didn't do the check with the queen for a pawn. So that is a thing. You get the queen for a pawn. So let's go for the next puzzle. Here it's a white turn. You have to try to figure out the move which will threaten a checkmate. So in this condition, we observe that thing the bishop is pinning the pawn, so the pawn can't move. The rook is in the open file. If you get your rook in the open file and in your enemy king is there, so it's a best chance to checkmate him. So right now we will play the knight to g6, try to control the h8 square with the knight. And then next move we can try to rook h8 and it will be the checkmate. But he can defend the checkmate with the only move which is like a queen takes a knight, and then after we will get the queen for a knight. That is a good deal, and now we are also threatening the pawn like this, and then we are threatening the check and getting a skew or making our queen in the next turn. That is all our threats. So in the next puzzle, here one more time we have the open rook. The king is there. So we need a protection on the h8 square. So what we will do with the white piece is the bishop to f6. We can just play the bishop f6 and it is just threatening a checkmate. Here the only one way to stop the mate is like putting a queen in the way, and we simply take the bishop, but at the end we get the queen for a bishop, and that is like a very big advantage in this game. So we can use the rook, kill some pawns, and then we can do the checkmate. So in this condition, it's a white turn. If you figure out here, the white don't have any queens. But black king is exposed. Our rook is already in the seventh rank. So whenever your rook is in the seventh, it's like a monster. So now we have to target that squares with the knight. So in this case, we will play the knight to c6 and threatening a checkmate on the a7 square. So if you want to defend that checkmate, he has to give up his queen with the taking over knight. When he takes our knight, we simply take his queen. And the one more observed thing is here, like if you see his knight, he is already trapped. And if you figure out the trapped piece, what you have to do, you have to just take it and win that piece. And if you are able to win the knight, then you can easily win this game. So on the next puzzle, it's a white's turn. Can you figure out the best move for the white side, which will threaten a checkmate? It is a little bit difficult than other puzzle, but I hope you will figure out the answer. And the answer is bishop to c6. Like you will put the bishop on the c6, which will actually pinning the bishop. And one more thing, we want to remove the guard of this pawn, which is a right now it's a bishop. So we'll simply play there. If the bishop will take, then we'll do the checkmate. So like the queen has to take, and then we can take with the pawn. Here the bishop can take our pawn, and I will show you why it's not possible, because if we try to capture, simply take the pawn, and because of this rook it is a checkmate. And if we try to move the rook, we can just take with the, and here someone asked why we can't take with the bishop. Yeah, definitely you can take the bishop, but still it will be the, okay. So that is the answer. That is like a very weird move, bishop to c6, putting your bishop in the danger, but you can do that because it threaten a checkmate. So in the last one, it's a white turn. So what do you like to play in this condition to do the checkmate? Yeah, threatening a checkmate. So here the right answer is putting your queen on the g6. Right after g6, what we are threatening, we are putting our queen on the h7, which is defended by the knight, and it will be a checkmate. And if he takes your knight, then you can simply take the pawn, and it will be the checkmate. Rook is already blocking king's way. That's why it become a checkmate. So if someone asks me, yeah, queen g6 and the next move is a checkmate, is it confirmed? So the answer is no. It can stop the checkmate. Can you figure out how the black can stop the checkmate? So the answer is the queen can go on the f5, which is controlling on the h7. But at the end, we'll just take the queen. Right? So that is the right answer. Queen g6, threatening a mate, is to stop the mate, and then we can. I hope you understand this threatening a checkmate. And if you like the video, just thumbs up. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.